Reporting for duty. Deen Uncoded is the show. This is where we explore journeys that will inspire people's lives. With the show, hopefully, will help you to retrace your steps, check where you're getting it wrong, and be mindful of the fact that it is Deen Uncoded. So, whether we like it or not, the truth has to be said in the correct manner. That's what I try to do on the show. And of course, I'm not alone. I do have with me JB.
I'm not reporting for duty. All right, it's nice to be back. Alhamdulillah. I mean, like Maximum rightly said, yes, the truth has to be said. But don't forget, the foundation is Islam. And everything is about Islam. So we're Deen Uncoded. That's what we call ourselves. My name is JB on the show. For the sake of record, if you don't know, please know that JB is the name. And I'm not alone. We also have Abu Hanifa.
Nobody was chatting me privately.
Of the show.
Yes, sir.
The star of the show.
Growing up, my father will say, Torasa Fulai, Mewa, you know, like Gafura, in Temisha Kokola.
Báwo bàbá wa ṣe ń ṣe nù.
Azafulai Mewa,
iná láàgà fúnra ṣe kọkànlá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
That's what you're going to do right now.
Bismillah.
Well, I'm not the star of this show. Abu Hanifa is the name, and I'm welcoming you on board the show today, where we uncover the truth. Even though we know the Prophet said, "Kulil haqqa walau kana murran." Say the truth, even if it is difficult. So sometimes hearing the truth for you could be difficult, but we are sorry that we have no choice. We have to just.
Are you sorry?
Yes, because even in marriage and everything.
Sorry, you go. You know you're not sorry.
I'm sorry. You
can't be sorry.
You're
for saying the truth.
sorry.
No, you can be sorry for saying the truth.
Why would you be sorry?
Because the Prophet said, "Baligu qawman ala qadri uqulihim." Talk to people based on the level of their understanding.
So that's why you're sorry for saying the truth.
You understand, right?
You can't be sorry. You can't be sorry for saying the truth.
You people have put me in trouble in the past. So I am sorry.
I am
sorry. Whatever they like, they say. I am sorry.
But I will still say the truth.
But I will still say the truth. Okay, it is on that.
I disagree. Abu Hanifa is not sorry. He's laughing. He's not sorry.
He's not sorry.
You're sorry.
Abu Hanifa, between us, you know you're not sorry.
We know this.
I'm truly sorry.
This is like
why are you using the job?
I am truly sorry. Because I cannot forget that the episode of this show that I had, the episode on Abdullah.
No,
the first episode.
No,
some people even said that I am not a professional broadcaster after 2 decades of active professional practice.
Now. That one no
you know?
No, the person will look at Abu Hanifa and say, the wicked soul.
No, seriously speaking, it's wonderful to have wonderful people in our comment section. And we are truly, we doff our art for you, because if you are not there, our relevance is not relevant. Okay, so thank you. I'm sorry again.
Okay, thank you.
But today on the show, we have, we've been coming from the end of scholars who tell us, their stories and then their impact in society, and they solve real-time issues of controversies among the Ummah from different scholars, and personalities and entertainers. Okay, and then the Abdullah story and all that stuff. But today, we want to go the route of solving, again, family issue. Something that's got to do with couple, husband, wife, day-to-day, real-time situation. But we have double-edged guests today now, an imam and a medical practitioner. When you hear his breakdown on issues, he will be like, from this country,
that's what we do.
That's what we do. We will not bring someone that is substandard.
Yeah.
And today we want to look at an issue that is very, very important, and that is talking about family planning, the myth and the realities. That's our focus on the show this morning. As I launch, Dr. Isa Abdulmujeeb Oluwatosin. Salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Good to see you, sir.
Alhamdulillah, having an opportunity to be here.
Let me make it clear. We are not sorry to bring you in.
It's a community duty that you are not sorry.
Alhamdulillah.
He's also an imam.
Mashallah.
And one of the imams at the Lagos State Secretariat Mosque
Yeah, they call him
and other mosques.
don't let's start.
Don't let's start.
Don't let us start. But alhamdulillah.
So what that means is that the myth and the realities in the secular world and in Islam, the areas of controversies, is both capable in handling them.
Mashallah. But Dr. Isa, let us go straight. Imam Isa, anyone
Prefer a doctor this time.
No, but ẹ jẹ́ ká wò ọ̀rọ̀ tá fẹ́ sọ lẹ́ni ọ̀rọ̀ tó ṣe pé ó ń da ibi rú, ó ń dá wàhálà lẹ́ láwùjọ, ó dẹ̀ ṣe pàtàkì at the same time. Family planning. But before that, kí ló sún yín débi female reproductive health? Ọkùnrin ní Ifá. Kí lẹ wá débẹ̀?
Alhamdulillah. In every endeavor in life, something must be a factor to something.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Going through medical school and learning the processes, and you get to see how women die on account of minor things, and particularly lack of information or awareness of some things. Give a typical example of an affair with a big turban, with a young girl waiting in emergency to be seen, waiting for a female doctor, and was abandoned for long. He kept seeing every other patient. After all, I showed interest about what happened to the girl. The girl was covered. Say, no, Rennie, I'm a doctor being on the fair. Sorry, you need to tell why. What the very Jeep alone, Jamie, why? On the same duty, you did the next one to address. Okay, let's not suppose check. Removing the veil, she was paper white. When doctor used that word paper white, that means the person is pale, totally about to die.
About to die?
Yeah. He not shouted, hey, don't go. And the doctor that the Baba doesn't want them to see her before had to rush in. Now she's pale. You have to find a way to set the line and start looking for blood. She has bled almost her life. She had a miscarriage and then she has bled so much. And then we were able to save her life. That's a typical flag to see that if this continues, our Muslim sisters who ordinarily should not die after 1 or 2 children will die like chicken. So what can people like us do? Okay, we can do the lecture in the malls and preach. Would that help more?
No.
Why don't we go further to learn more about the job that we can rescue life of people? Yes, we understand all the intricacies, but we felt we can be better useful there than in another area. And alhamdulillah, Allah has given us the wherewithal to have done so much to save life of our sisters who ordinarily would have died on account of childbirth or on account of pregnancies, that we guide them and then the right thing was done. And today, some of them watch this episode and they're happy that they listened to us.
Inshallah.
And they're living well today. So that's the basis of
what's a revelation.
Yes. Dr. Isa, that I know, you've really impacted. But here on this show, we need to uncover this area of family planning.
Okay.
Because a lot of women, have been asking questions, in the area of the deen, and then we've been, scavenging for answers. But on this show, we have to really uncover it. Family planning. Let's start from the basis. Family planning. What are we talking about when we say family planning?
Okay. Let me quickly first borrow some of the words of Islamic scholars that will say this statement is a good statement, but intended for evil. They used to say that this is good words, but intended to cause trouble. So you get to hear that the word family plan, nobody will throw it away. Plan your family. But if you go back to the origin of the word, what it meant is about a couple to take a decision on number of children they want to have, deliberately, not by chance, and whichever means of contraception they can use to achieve that. So the decision of a couple to determine the number of children they want to have in life is particularly meant for family planning. Whereas if you use the word in English for family planning, plan your house, where do you want to stay, what kind of job are you doing, what type of setting you want to put in the house, those are family planning too. But nobody is talking about that. You're talking about number of children you want to have. And every other means you can use to achieve that number is acceptable. So that gives space for other atrocities underneath. Example, like that means you can do abortion. That means you can terminate pregnancy at any point because you must achieve the number of children you want to have. You have decided that we're having 3 and suddenly you get pregnant for the 4th one. It must be terminated because we agreed only 3.
Dr. Sir, we are always uncoding here. Okay. Is there anything wrong in you saying, as a Muslim, because you're also an imam, as a Muslim,
there's nothing wrong for you to have such mind in your mind, but you must not act on it Islamically. Okay, you want to have 2. Okay, if you want to have 2, are you going to avoid meeting her? You not stop meeting, because don't forget that what led to this particular matter is that desire cannot be controlled. But we stay at the end to control the expression of desire. So your desire to meet your wife or you meet your husband, nobody is going to challenge that. But what comes out of that is what family planning say, no, do not allow anything to come out of your desire. So the question will now be that you can have your intention, no problem in your mind, but you must fulfill the right of meeting her and she meeting with you. So what if pregnancy comes? Do you want to do anything to it? No, you cannot do anything to it.
Because you don't have the right.
Because you don't have the right to terminate someone's life.
Was there family planning in the old days of our fathers? Were they also planning the family at that time?
Yeah, they did. And I don't want to go the Islamic version of how Allah's designed family plan itself. Because
we'll go.
Example, you see, when Allah created Adam, he could have created 1,000 women again with Adam and say, Kun and Kun fire, they will be. But he systematically created only one woman. It's a family planning. Okay, when Adam and Hawa met, they had a number of twins. They could have given birth to like 15 children like a pig would do, or like a chicken would do. But Allah regulates the ovulation and fertilization in a way that generally you have pregnancy with one single. Only if you have twins, triplets, like that. So why is single baby more than those having twins? Is evidence of family planning.
From Allah.
From Allah. Okay, so if you go back, it's been there that you must plan how to settle down yourself. But when you come to traditional like Nigeria, Yoruba, and other tribes, they also devise a means, all in the name of trying to control the number of children. But the style they went for was what they knew then, their tradition. Imagine, okay, you have to use an amulet, maybe kind of ibadi, to prevent pregnancy. But we have to use a waist bead to prevent pregnancy.
Was it functional?
Well, to them, it's functional for them. So men may have to even wear a ring on their male organ to have.
Àwọn kan sì máa ń mú àwọn ewé kan.
Yes, drink herbs.
This
Then sometimes you drink ashes.
Ẹnu tèmi kọ́ lè máa ti gbọ́.
wárápá
Ẹnu tèmi-
tẹ́lẹ̀ máa sọ ilé ìkọ́wọ́ sọ náà ni àwọn nǹkan pé dókítà dẹ̀ wà ń bẹ̀ àbí wèrè pé ni wàá fọkàn wèrè pé kí ni wèrè pé yẹn that seed that one that scratches
Ewé
ewé wèrè pé
You mean you have taken away with it before?
mi ò lórí wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n ní pé you take one it will prevent for 1 year you take two is 2 years.
Okay.
Nígbọ́
There's also there is ileke. I've heard that
Yes,
there is this
yes.
bead that is prevalent in the north that when they use it, they
Ẹnu pẹ̀sẹ̀pẹ̀sẹ̀ wá láti náà tìrí so bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí ẹ̀.
no. I make research a lot.
So,
Is it not the research?
so many practices then, taking alcohol after sex, and then,
Oh, really?
yes, asking the woman to drink ashes. So a lot of practices that our fathers were doing then. Then, so all sorts of things, all practice, or maybe when she finished her menses, she collect the blood and go and bury it in a particular place so that she will not get pregnant soon. So they have all those very bizarre kind of things that they did. That,
You go and bury menses.
yes, all in the name of not to get
Ó máa kó jọ.
Yes. And then you
Now,
get
how
to
long
bury
will
it.
that quarter
So a lot of practices happens then. So other than they also doing douching then too. That after meeting your husband, you go and wash and scrub the private part so that you don't get pregnant. So they did all of that, but yet pregnancy still occur, as the case may be.
So all of these
Yes, was-
are just the mythical
Yes.
aspects that people, adopt
Yeah.
that are not scientific.
Talk.
So we cannot validate them. So, Bugsy Mama, tell your female folks to stay away from these mythical choices.
So, but then, so the science here, ó ṣiṣẹ́.
We are here to discuss the science with
Science
the doctor.
Right.
Inshallah.
Yes, because those ones are empirical, even though we are going to look at it alongside our religion, and then the implications of each of them.
Bàbá bí àwọn bàbá ńlá, ó ṣiṣẹ́ fún wọn náà, tó bá iṣẹ́ wọn ní
Exactly.
recommend
No, Abba,
ẹ̀ lọ.
sincerely, I agree with Bugsy Mama.
Ó ṣiṣẹ́ fún wọn.
Tẹ́ bá jókòó tí àwọn àgbàlagbà, bóyá Dr. Isa máa gba ilé ìwọlé àbọ̀ máa dàlú wa láyà, wọ́n á ṣe kọ́nu méjèèjì. Tẹ́ bá jókòó tí àwọn àgbàlagbà, wọ́n á sọ fún yín pé a lo àwọn kìíní òṣèlú.
Mi ò ní pé wọn ò sọ pé ó ṣiṣẹ́, or I said we are scientific here.
Èmi ò lẹ́wà scientific.
So you
Èmi
can
sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn
prove it.
bàbá tiwa náà. Ẹ̀yẹ́ fi scientific
Ẹ jẹ́ kó lùgbẹ́ pé mi yìí ń sọ́ta àwọn bàbá yín.
Tó ṣiṣẹ́ tó jẹ́ fún wọn.
Ó jẹ́ fún dọ́tọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká o. Wọ́n kàn fẹ́ prove bọ̀dá sáyẹ́nsì right ni.
Okay.
Ó jẹ́ fáwọn nǹkan ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ dàbí lẹ́ẹ̀kan.
Well, when you say
Báwo ni dáadé ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ 25?
so ó jẹ́ kò jẹ́.
Agbárífà.
It still tells you that it has its failures because it does not give them the 100% of protection. They still get pregnant. In the midst of all of this, they still get pregnant and they express wonders. Because after they will have used all the things, but it still happen. So telling you that, okay, it could be effective to a certain level, but it's not fully effective. Again, where it's emphasizing science that what of the damages they eventually cause on account of that. Okay, you're taking Abu or some other things that can actually cause you injuries, all in the name of preventing pregnancy, and you develop a kidney problem or other problems. So what have you done? You have only trying to solve one problem to cause one problem. So those are the issues against them. Other than that, you see, in every culture in the world, there must always be a devised means of doing your life, even before sciences came in. So people were doing something in their own local way of living life, but they also acknowledge the failure rate. And as science comes in and modernization is coming in, they tend to drop it to realize that the trouble they cause from those things is more than the advantage they get from that.
Now that takes me to the issue of science itself.
Okay.
We have different forms of family planning methods now.
Yeah.
And I am a living witness to two out of these family plannings that nearly cost somebody's life for using them. How efficient are this family planning? We are still coming back to Islam and implication.
They used to say Owo and Omo, they use it to block people's mouths. So which one do you want? I want it to block your mouth.
Oh, what alafia?
You don't want Omo again.
You just like to set people up.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Family planning.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Brother, Imam, you are planning the family.
Imam Ummah sọ fún wa.
Okay, please. What I just want to modify the question to.
Right,
Can you
right.
take us through the processes of family planning, different options?
Okay, before we delve into that, the modern family planning, what actually brought it up?
Okay.
We should be interested in that when we come to Islam so that it will
In
be clear to
the
us.
other, in line with the sciences that we're talking about.
Yes, exactly. Okay, in 1921, in the United Kingdom, it was found that the people that believe they're the one in charge of the world, first, the population of the world is getting too high, is growing at exponential rate, while food supply is growing at arithmetical pattern. That means that at a particular point in time, the number of human beings on earth will be far more than the amount of food available. Therefore, there's need to control the number of people that lives. So if we must do that, what are the measures? The devise protective and preventive approaches. So among the preventive approaches are the deadly ones, causing wars and disasters occur, places, people will die in large number, so population will go down. Those are the ones they did. But preventive, they came up with the idea of homosexuality, celibacy, and delayed marriages, so that the number of people will go down. So it is an offshoot of this that led to family planning. So by the year 1937, it was found that women that are now having children are dying in a high number. Maternal mortality rate was high. Therefore, there's need to now talk to those women that are not married, or those that are about to get married, that they should also learn about family planning. So it goes on like that. So from the clinics where they have National Birth Control Clinic in London, it graduated to National Birth Control Association in 1939. And that eventually magnified to become Family Planning Association in 1952.
Okay.
So at that level, the teaching now goes down to unmarried, married, and about to marry ladies, and begin to give them contraceptives. By 1960, a woman called Mary Stopes now begin to do evening class for every woman who want family planning and give you free. So it started at that stage to ensure that the women can now be on guard not to get pregnant, but they are free to have sex anywhere, so that pregnancy will not occur. So that is the background to this. But unfortunate is that the methods put up that time were just the tablets only. But as time goes on, they realize that it's not effective. Okay. So they now graduated to what is called the implantation methods. That is intrauterine device or implanol.
Okay.
So when you now start talking about the methods available, scientifically approved, you have the first group belongs to the natural approaches, which is the rhythm method, by counting your dates, knowing your safe and unsafe periods. 2, you are using your basal body temperature. As a woman, there's going to be a slight change in body temperature at the time of ovulation and then avoid sex. Or she actually uses what's called cervical mucus. What she discharge at the time of ovulation differ from what she discharge at the time when she's not ovulating. So you're able to ability to capture that, so avoid sex at that time will also assist. Then you can do combination of all of this together as natural approaches to prevent pregnancy. That's the first group. Now, beyond this, you go to what is called the interruptions prevention methods. Interruption means, okay, use a condom for a man. That goes far until they produce condom for women as well. And then beyond that, okay, the idea of withdrawal came in. So this is a second level, that by interrupting the contact of the male release and the woman egg. So once they do not mate, pregnancy will not occur. So they realized that also was failing very fast. So they moved further to drugs and injections. So you have drugs you take every day, OCP, oral contraceptive pills. You take it every day throughout the month, and another month you continue. You must not miss a day. Or you go for injection, the one that you take every 2 months, or you want to take every 3 months. All of these use hormonal changes in the human body to ensure that the environment where she released the egg become hostile for a sperm to have access to. So that also was working. At a point, they also find the failure rate in that. That's when they move further to intrauterine device. This is an instrument to be inserted in the woman, either through the vagina or you're inserting under the skin in the hand. So these two were working, and they have a higher percentage of coverage. You're having about over 99.4% percentage of coverage. So that became the order of the day, and that goes on. But beyond that, for some women may need to even go permanent. That's, let's make them not being able to pregnant at all. And that's the idea of surgical approach comes in. And then you do what is called bilateral tubal ligation. So you do surgery, and then you tie the tubes and cut it off. And then even if you release 1 million eggs, cannot get to anywhere. Then the opposite of that can happen to men doing vasectomy or orchidectomy, depends on what is necessary for a man. So these are the lineup of all the types that exist that are still in practice till today, as long as it's
Bugsy Mama. I'm just
why Bugsy Mama?
He's feeling sorry for us, the women.
No. Before you now drag me again. Yeah, before we be dragged again, I know that you should relate more to this information that I've just been providing.
Unfortunately, I cannot. I have never, ever read about family planning. I have never studied anything about that. If you had seen my expression throughout when he spoke, I was lost.
Emma, our experience.
But I remember when I had my child, I think it's just a protocol. They must tell you to go for family planning after just. I've never visited a family planning clinic. I've never even, all those pamphlets they give, I've never read it.
Why?
I think it's from a piece of Islam. Like, if you like, control from now till tomorrow, what will happen will happen.
Any sugar, I'm bomb, man, this any sugar.
No, so that's why that's me.
Let's start it from the very scratch that you started.
From the very scratch. Me, I'm defending my our forefathers. Because to me, they say it not work, but in saying their science too, they'll use on it's not
working. It's failing.
It's failing.
Yes.
I'm just happy that now our own.
You want to define your own generation, Abi?
No. I'm here more particular about we first understanding the processes. We started from I didn't say diabolical, mythical ones that were adopted in yesteryears. And then we moved to the scientific ones, right?
The ones that are destabilizing your whole system, destroying
So doctors started by the natural, and then he started talking about using of contraceptives and all that, and then his surgery approach and all that. Okay. So my own interest is, you said that those of our fathers are not reliable. You said that the natural, they also found that it was not reliable. Now, all these list of contraceptives and insertions and all that now, what is the record as you have it today? Has it been adjudged as effective?
Yeah.
Or they are still searching for better ones?
No. Let's pick it from the surgical. Surgical is 100%. Once surgical method is used, is 100%. No doubt you can go any length. There's no way pregnancy can occur anymore. So, but beyond surgical, every other one has what is called failure rate. So, but the most effective one is still the intrauterine device and the implantor. That's how what is called 99.4%. So it's about 0.6% fail. So whereas
how does it look? How does it work?
No, it's work on the hormones by changing the hormonal system of the woman. We insert under the skin or insert in the woman's reproductive system.
For how long?
That's what they say. IUD, we call it IUD. That's the general name. You have different intrauterine device. Yes, you have different types. You have copper T. You have liquid loop.
Have you used it before?
No, copper T.
So you have all of that. So, but the other one, the implantor, we insert under the skin. So
my producer has used this.
we put it under the skin.
She's a specialist.
And that goes on. So it protects by changing the hormonal setting of the woman, such that one, the drug have the capacity, because it releases the chemicals much more, has the capacity to ensure one, she cannot ovulate. Okay. Two, if in case she ovulated, that environment of ovulated egg is so hostile that sperm cannot access the egg. Yes, talk less of having pregnancy. So, and that has been effective to 99.4%. So that meaning that it has only failure rate of 0.6%. So outside that, the other ones have higher failure rates. Now the drugs, the injections, they all have failure rate about almost 2.3% failure rate. Condom have about 5.4% failure rate.
How does condom fail?
It fails. Some of them have holes. Some of them tears in the process, so it fails. Then the natural ones is almost 13.5% failure rate. So you have all of these failure rates that you want to deal with as one of the challenges that leads to the next issue that is occurring presently, that is the prevalence of discontinuation of the use of contraception.
If I may, are there any backlash or side effects of all these contraceptives and all this? This one you are inserting something and you are implant, and there, other than the hormonal imbalance and the resultant effects of hormonal imbalance?
Once changes hormones in your body, they'll be ready for any other issue that will follow. Once your hormone changes, you can change your mood. Being cranky sometimes, just unnecessarily having some features that is just not normal, because you're talking about hormone. Hormone is one that keeps you calm, keeps you normal response to things. If those hormone changes, you begin to have some kind of behavior that is different. You can end up having headache that your paracetamol and anti-malaria will not do anything for me, doctor. Okay, so you can imagine all of that. Then you can begin to add weight unnecessarily, that it becomes so bloated, or maybe losing weight heavily, or the bleeding of menses can become uncontrollable, or you're not even menstruating at all for months. So whichever of them, or you begin to spot at every time. As a Muslim, you're going to suffer your salat very, very well, because you'll be able or unable to now determine how you menstruate again. So that's also disorganized. That is there. So then for the IUD, also it produces the woman to infection. Yes, very, very common type of infection. In situation to tell you that all of these have side effects is now leading to why people now discontinue use and they want to change another type. They change another type, they see the same problem, they change another, so they really abandon the whole process. So because the side effect can be very, very devastating, I can tell you.
So are you saying that all these scientific methods, they have their side effects?
That's side effect outside the surgical.
I was told that even the surgical, someone at a point was advised to go for the surgical. Let me be clear. The advice she was giving was actually to seal up her wound, seal up her womb. And then she said that it has side effects, that she might be having headache, that she read it up, and because of that she declined the adoption of it.
She read a page written by a farmer, maybe.
Huh?
Maybe she read a page written by a farmer. Because if you do anything on the womb or anything on the fallopian tube, it has no side effect on the woman at all.
Okay.
In fact, as much as removing the womb does not affect the woman.
If
other than the fact that it depends on the way the womb is removed, if you remove it total or remove subtotal, there are two methods. If you do total for a woman that is in their late 40s, the only thing that very soon she start manifesting menopausal syndrome, that's all. And which is going to occur as a matter of fact. You go to that age, you have menopausal syndrome. So other than that, there's no side effect.
Vasectomy,
vasectomy is for men. That means we're cutting off the vas deferens or the epididymal duct. So when we cut it off and tie it away, it means that production is ongoing, but transportation has been obstructed. So such a man cannot impregnate a woman.
We know, but we're talking about side effects.
No, there's no side effect.
And what about those people that they will be so hefty and they will say, I want to tell you that's why you're now so big because you've been castrated.
You see, people link a lot of things with other things. When it comes to vasectomy and somebody is adding weight, it was just being careless about diet. Yes, but for women, the drug is in them causing changes in hormones. But for surgical, you have just cut something and tie, and that's all. It has no side effects, whatever you think of. No side effects.
Couples about to get married, oya come, this is your table. Doctor, a ti sọ̀rọ̀ lórí science, a ti sọ̀rọ̀ lórí tradition.
Yeah.
But ẹ jẹ́ ká wálé. This is Deen Uncoded. Ẹni gbogbo àwọn kinní yìí, ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ látara ìbẹ̀rù òṣì. Ebi, àbí?
Yeah.
Ẹni bí tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn. Ṣé ẹ̀tọ́ ni kí Mùsùlùmí kó nítorí pé tọ́mọ máa jẹ àbẹ̀rù òṣì kó wà involve ní gbogbo àwọn kinní ká tó lọ sí orí àti Islam kọ sí gbogbo àwọn kinní?
Iṣẹ́ tẹ̀rí tó kọ́ fún mi pé having such concept is not even that is bad, but it is not correct. Even by science and modern knowledge and everything is proven. I think I call with our tradition. In those days, the richest people among us are the farmers. And the reason why they are the richest is because they have 2 wives and they have more children who cultivate the land and have more harvest. So they are the richest. So then the language of Omobere, Oshibere was not there. Then it was Omobere, Olabereni. Because those farmers they are so proud of that fact that I have 3 wives, I have 12 children, so my family is bigger. At all. So they were rich and they were not suffering anything. Now let me bring that to the modern time. The world population today, China is overrunning everybody. When China about over 100 years ago, they were one of the poorest countries in the world. But today we are borrowing from them. What do they use? They use their population. Even though India did not get it because they have population, they are still struggling. But China used the same population to now overrun the whole world by using the population to develop their technology and their things. So it means that having that fear does not go. Now I take them back even to Malthusian theory of demand and supply. Malthusian theory says, I hope you do economics. The higher the demand, then the more will be the supply. Okay, now if you say if the population growth is exponential, that population growth is exponential on account of men and women meeting giving birth to children. Presently, Nigeria is giving birth to about 8.7 million children per year.
Yeah.
So you know what that means? In another 10 years, we have over 80 million children. So put together by 2050, we're almost 400 million already. So that is not a problem. In the sense that the food we are referring to, the same America in 1930, only 25% of American population invested in agriculture, and they generated $100 billion in addition to their GDP. But as I speak with you, population of America in agriculture is less than 10%, and they're making over $14 to $25 trillion in comparison to the average GDP. So the question is, what is the source? Now, technology has succeeded in increasing food production. Now, Transborder has succeeded in being able to transport your products to another places. So food is no more the issue that there's no food. We have means of creating the food, and we have means of transferring the food, we have means of storing the food. So that is not the basis. And that goes to the fact that if you have a fear of what to eat, are you the one that provide the food or Allah? No, you're not the one, and what is going to give you the food is available. I ask anybody, I come from a Riverine area, the amount of fish that they caught from water, if God is not replacing it, by now it's will have finished. Because I remember when I was younger, we get fish to a pond that we bury fish in the soil because we cannot even manage it anymore. And yet today, as I speak with you, we still caught a large number of fishes that are still in the water. Who is bringing them up? Who is feeding them? So somebody is in charge, and that's the supreme being that provides for all he has created. Like he has said, I created everything and I provide for all I created. Is there. But for some individual who feel that, maybe this is not looking at the economy problem. What economy? Now in the same economy, you have someone who have more than 2-3 girlfriends who get pregnant for him, but they are not wives. And he's taking care of them. The same man that claimed they cannot marry more than one is having so many other ones that are having children for him somewhere and taking care of them. So who is feeding those ones? It's just that human beings create bottleneck for themselves and they begin to struggle inside the bottleneck of the trouble themselves.
So scam the family
It's a
planning.
scam.
You want to repeat that? Are you saying family planning is a scam? Or
The concept of fear of poverty leading to family planning is all that is a scam. Because the fear of poverty, which you are not in charge, is not the basis of being family planning.
if you allow me to say this, there are people who must involve in one or two type of family planning for health reasons.
Sure.
So if we generalize the ruling and the way people, accept information, are we not going to get them into problem?
Definitely, there are people who, on health ground, must adopt one of these methods of family planning we have mentioned, disregarding even the side effect. Example.
Disregarding the side effects.
Example, you cannot put a 28-year-old lady who probably have had 4 children by cesarean section, and for any reason she's pregnant presently. So such a person is better to have done a family planning to prevent the next pregnancy, especially if at 3rd and 4th pregnancy she bled and she almost died in the hands of doctors. They would definitely advise her not to get pregnant again. Okay, such a person is best to go for family planning so as not to get pregnant again, because if you are coming for the 4th or 5th surgery, the doctor that wants to operate on you is already in fear. The people in the theater, they're always scared that maybe this woman will come out of theater or not. So why do you want to go through that route when there's chance for you to likely die, and then those 4 children will suffer setback that you're not alive? So do not use your own hand to call for death, as a matter of fact. So such people are called.
And that's one of the positions of Islam.
So such people are allowed to do family planning as a means of preventing such kind of death, because it's obvious that if they do not stop, they're likely to die in the process of childbearing.
A woman that is healthy and start bearing, children at what age is best? How the highest number that scientifically a woman, can bear, that you say, oh, she's fine? Is there a boundary from your experience as a female reproductive expert that you say, I have so number of children, and you say no problem? Is there a boundary for women who wants to have children and who are healthy?
A woman that is healthy and no problem before pregnancy, no comorbidities during pregnancy, and no sequelae after pregnancy.
What's all this?
Mobility, sequelae.
Oh, sorry, I thought all of these are general English.
No. For them, I need you to explain it. For them, I understand what you are saying. We are colleagues.
Who are the them?
Wow.
Who are the colleagues? Somebody they deceive himself, but seriously.
Comorbidity. I know the word, but
When you talk of comorbidities, means that someone is pregnant and she also have high blood pressure. High blood pressure is a comorbidity. Morbidity means anything that has rendered you halfway, you're not full person anymore. So, or she's pregnant, she's diabetic, or she has goiter, or she's diabetic, she has liver problem. So these are comorbidities, okay? Then we talk of sequelae. Sequelae means that, okay, you are done with what you want to do. Then there's all present factor in you that you're going to develop a problem. Example, a woman that had about 5-6 children is prone to have what is called PPH. What's PPH? Postpartum hemorrhage, meaning that she will deliver and bleed because the womb has been overstretched over time. Now, after delivery, normally the womb contracts back to prevent bleeding. So in our own case, the womb has lost that fabric, the capacity to be able to contract back. So such a woman will be advised that, do not have another baby because you have risk of postpartum hemorrhage. And this is one of the commonest causes of death all over the world. And Africa is number 1. And local government was highest some years back in the whole world.
Wow.
Yes, on account of maternal mortality death. Because of what? Too many TBAs who will have almost finished the woman to death before going to the general hospital, and by the time they get there, they die. So the highest number of mortality rate then was very high that UNICEF had to raise an alarm for Nigeria that, hey, what thing they happen for Alimasha? that women are getting pregnant and they are dying. And it was not because they are not doctors, but they will have gone to wrong places before they eventually get to doctor. So that account for that. So
But it has been resolved.
that has been over. Our legal system has tried on that. We can praise them on this platform that they did well by coming up with a lot of MCC, that is the maternal and child centers, where those things are eventually being addressed, and they make the service easier and a little bit also affordable to people. So that has helped greatly. But outside that, you talk of a woman that's healthy, those are factors that can limit advising her not to go further. Exactly that. In your last delivery, doctors almost run out of their life to save you, so don't do it again. So those are the factors that can be.
Because I know a woman that gave birth to 13 children.
Alhamdulillah.
No, and no twins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 13 labors.
Yeah.
13 labors.
Such a woman too is prone to other challenges in her late 60s, especially you can have what's called UV prolapse, that is uterine vaginal prolapse, whereby the womb that have carried these babies, all the muscles that held it up there have relaxed.
Because of too much
Because of the pressure. So she will now stand up and I see something want to come out of her. And then she'll be wondering, people get wonder everywhere. Is the womb that have been up there now want to get out of her? So it becomes a challenge. You see our mothers in their late 60s, 70s come to the hospital to complain of something's trying to come out. Nothing is coming out, it's the womb that's getting out of them.
And so would you normally take that womb out for such people?
Depends on the woman and her state. That determines what we do. Some will do what's called conservative, some will do what is called radical.
Okay. If I may ask, doctor, how best can you advise when it comes to child spacing? Because this is something that is very critical in every family. How do you go about this? Knowing full well that you are wary of the side effects of family planning as a Muslim now.
Okay, now we come Islam, you're not allowed to terminate pregnancy, and then you are not allowed to start playing games on basis of poverty. These two you're not allowed to use as instruments. But at the same time, there are natural ways that Allah has given us. Okay, the one He gave us in Quran that is clear is what? Is lactational amenorrhea. Lactational amenorrhea means that when a woman delivered a child and breastfeeding the baby, that period there's a cessation of ovulation. And where Allah says you breastfeed your baby, Hawlaini Kamilaini Liman Aroda. So he said, breastfeed your baby 2 years. If that baby suckle continuously and well, there will be a feedback, what's called negative feedback to the brain, that the best way to stop ovulation from occurring, because now we're still breastfeeding the baby. And for the fact that ovulation has stopped occurring, she cannot get pregnant.
For an example, natural approaches,
okay, we talk of rhythm system. Rhythm means that is it just in Africa that we have this issue? We consult with ladies over abroad. By the age of 12, they will tell a doctor, I don't bother, I know I'll get pregnant next month because my ovulation is due date. They are so much aware at age of very, very young. They have been taught from school. But our ladies here, in their 28, they say, doctor, calculate. You see, now educated sisters, ladies in Nigeria still don't know how to detect when she's safe and when she's not safe. So that's a lot of headaches.
And it works.
It works.
Sorry to say, their own reason for exposing children to safe period calculation on time is because they are promiscuous early enough. They start to engage in sexual activity at very early age. We are very conservative here, so
She's
it's quite
justifying
uncomfortable.
ignorance.
No, hold on.
Okay, let me help you there. Information can either be used for good or used for bad.
Yeah.
Being conservative, not telling our girls some information at the early stage is not justifiable. You see, for them over there too, not all of them end up using that information for bad.
Yeah.
Now they get to use for good. They use for good.
So basically, we need to empower.
Exactly. Okay, you have a pen in your hand, you can use to write good about people, you can as well write bad about people. So it depends on how you use the information in your hand. So it's better we let our people know at primary school ages, teach them the changes in their body, and let them know that the way you are feeling at this stage, if you are married, you are mature, you don't meet a man. So she began to be sensitive that, oh, it's like my body is having some changes. Example, the second one
taught me safe period when I was in primary school. My father taught the girls in my house.
That's exactly how it's supposed to be universal.
If
it is okay, the second one is body temperature. You see, for a woman, there's a particular time her body temperature will change. Not like she has malaria, not like having fever. Just a slight difference. Now we have gone further to do a thermometer. She can insert in her private part that will read the changes that, oh, you're ovulating. So why don't we even do that so she can actually detect when she's ovulating? Therefore, those that are very sensitive, they know, this my body is already doing somehow. It's like I'm ovulating. And she'll avoid pregnancy. Okay, that also she's not sensitive. Mucus, cervical mucus.
By herself, because pregnancy is a two-way traffic. So
what we are saying is that we're talking of, she said we should discuss the natural one.
Yeah.
If definitely definition of family planning said couple who decided, that means she's not going to decide alone. Definitely, that's our definition. But we are dealing with the woman now. How does she know when she's safe and when she's not safe? Or what she can do to actually save, to protect herself?
She knows she's safe. She knows that this friend is not safe and she should avoid it. But chairman will not let her avoid in peace.
This thing.
And that's why she's supposed to allow chairman to have multiple choices.
They will not be quoting the Quran about
That's next level. That's why I like to provide that provision too.
Okay, so multiple wives is a form of family planning.
Exactly.
Oh my
God.
No.
Let me support them on this side.
Allah has not designed things to make life difficult for us.
But it's
He
possible.
designed this life for us. He said, you read Allah and you hope for ankum wa khalaqal insana da'ifa. Allah said, I created you people because I made things light for you because I know you people are weak. That's how he said it.
He's strong.
So based on that, you're not going to have two wives and then both of them menstruating the same day and then finishing the same day. No, it's going to work
Dr.
that way.
Let's look at it this way. We are talking about women now, and I want us, that's what I said is important. I love this topic so much. A woman who is ovulating, what is the level of her sexual drive at that point in time?
It's higher.
Is higher.
Sure.
So how does she control her emotions, her desire at that point?
That is where the decision between her and her husband comes in. If they both agree that nothing, then nothing. She controlled her desire. But scholars were against that. Some scholars were against that. That desire should be expressed as at when due. So that's why even the modern world tells that as a man, your wife dresses up and then that's when you have the desire. Then you ask her to wait, have one time before she goes. Because desire should not be in any way be endured. Yeah, you should express it as at when due. So that's it. So if she notices, that's one of the signal too, when the drive for sex is higher, it's also likely the time she's ovulating. Okay, but all of this is very simple. If you're talking of couple, don't forget that Muslim couples, they have this difference between us and the non-Muslims. They can sit down and have a talk and have an understanding on matters that matters to them most, especially when it comes to issues of this nature. Okay,
Konji is a serious thing.
the man has traveled, he just came back, and he's not the type that carry girlfriends over there. So he's back, he definitely needs to meet his wife, and that's the day the man is ovulating. Okay, other method, okay, let's use condom and then work there at that stage. She may not like it, he may not like it, but because the expression the expression to be done, that is where the understanding is there, and they must discuss together. It's not a rule. I rule over the matter. It's a matter of us agreeing together. And that's what we see in society today. Women, because men refuse to agree, they come to meet us secretly and say, I want to get more. So they do family planning without the husband knowing. And for some women, they run into trouble. The day the man now knows, now that's also family planning. So another trouble will follow that. So but if discussion has been couple discussion, I can assure you there shouldn't be any problem about that.
Dr. Isa?
No.
Muslims, I believe sex is an act of worship for Muslims.
Definitely.
Between couples.
Exactly.
How often should, as a specialist, as an imam, how often, what is the regulated frequency of sex between couple, and you would say that you give them a pass mark?
Well, you first of all need to understand one thing, that the individual differences brings a lot of factors. The science can give you the average recommendation. Okay, but that average recommendation may not actually work for everybody.
Okay.
Good. So for a man that is okay, that's good health-wise, you need to express our sexual relationship not less than 18 to 20 times in a month.
Stop it now.
So we're talking of 18 to 20
18
times.
days.
Yeah, 18 times. If we don't say days.
No, but I can express.
18 ejaculation.
Yes, within 1 month.
So you can do everything in one day.
3
now.
days gonna serve.
You're not free about the fact.
It's not possible to do in 1 day because each time you express release of sperm today, for you to get the same volume back, you need another 40 to 72 hours.
So it's not 21 days.
So if you do every day, it's going to run you down that eventually what you're going to be giving out will not even be reached to impregnate a woman.
No, please clear this. There's a myth out there
Or what's that?
that when you release your ejaculation for once, it takes 21 days to
No, not
recoup
21 days old. It takes 48 hours to 72 hours to replace what you have released.
And I want to break it down now. 48 hours to 72 hours
Yes.
in a month. 18 times is much.
It's not much. All you need to understand about the whole
Was the
process,
prophet achieving that?
he was achieving that effectively.
The prophet was achieving
Yes.
18
More than
times.
18 times in a
More than 18
in a
times
month.
in a
Yes.
month.
Yes. So every
And not
healthy
be alone,
man,
you,
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
every healthy man should be able to achieve that, except when we have otherwise. Okay, for a healthy man within the range of the ages required, will be able to do that. And you can agree with me that men are doing that a lot in society today because we hear a lot of things.
Women are not doing it, you.
No, now that men are not doing it, the economic factor is affecting them. Because we come to the clinic, the women that I see coming for pregnancy is so high, and I ask them, they say the economy is hard. Where are these men getting to impregnate women? So it means the economy is not even affecting erection and it's not affecting sexual performances.
Is there anything like excessive sex? You are. I think
Yeah, there are
after
excess.
your diagnosis, you now say that I think you need to reduce your.
Yes, there was a man that was captured in Cairo some years back, hefty and a very heavy man that he must have sex like 3 times in a day. So eventually the wife recommended another wife, the next wife recommended until he has about 7 wives, and he has to do it 3 times every day. So that's an abnormal. So imagine such a person married to one woman. There's no way the one can cope with that. So that's an excess. So that means the man has certain hormones, some growth system that is not following the normal curve.
Dr. Sir, that's extreme.
Yes.
But let's bring it down to our own environment.
Okay.
When we're growing up, I grew up on the island, no doubt about that. I love
You're always
that.
flaunting this island growing up.
Because everything passing me, so you know me there, man.
Asar now.
There's this thing, when they see a young guy running, o ti ṣe rẹ̀ léṣe, kíní yóò pọ̀ jù.
Okay.
She understand. O ti wù. I'm
He has
being
lost
careful.
weight, the man.
Yeah, because of o ṣe.
Okay.
Do you think
Martina àti.
That will affect, yes, it does.
it does?
Yes.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Because the process of mating a woman is a form of exercise. So even if you go to stadium necessarily and do exercise, if it becomes too much, it's going to be counterproductive. So if you are doing it too much, it's going to affect you as a matter of fact. So it's
ẹ̀jẹ̀ lè gbẹ for real.
not a It's about a loss of stamina. It doesn't mean you have lost blood. Okay? Loss of stamina is going to be on account of
But the person will look pale now.
Not pale. Just look weak and tired because he has actually exhausted himself beyond normal. Okay, not that his blood is going to be low.
Is
or
it
in
the
any way.
same? Is it vice versa with a woman also? Because we're talking about male here. So does it affect the
There are some
female
women
also?
too. There's some women who have hyper libido that their husband will have to struggle to meet up with them. Okay, such women also are difficult to deal with, and you have to see your doctor and then see your imam.
Is there a way you can reduce?
Yes, we work with them. Yes, there's a way we can work on around it.
Dr. Isa, I couldn't believe we spent 1 hour talking about this really, and there's still a lot of things to really uncode when it comes to it because this is something that's affecting every home one way or the other. So we're still expecting you to come back and look at this. And that will be determined by our viewers. Subscribe, follow, and share your comments. Then we'll know whether we want to.
Yeah.
What do we want to bring Dr. Isa back? But Dr. Isa, on the final before you go, what advice would you give to couple who are facing the challenge of child spacing and understanding themselves in issues like this?
Okay. That's very simple to deal with. Like I said, if couple are Muslims, we must always put that word, if they are Muslims, the matter is always easy to deal with, because all we're going to refer them to will start from what Allah says and what the Prophet says. Okay, so imagine during the time of the Prophet, withdrawal was approved by silent measures of the Prophet. So which means withdrawal, even though the failure is very high, but it's still an option. At least expression will be done. Okay, so if those are the things that when they have issue of spacing a child, it's likely they are looking at different aspects for them to understand the matter. If they both understand the matters on ground, but not economy, I will always go back, because Allah emphasized that aspect of economy so much that they shouldn't use economy as background of starting point.
Health.
Yes, health matters very, very important. So if that's the ground, it's very easy to help them to invest energy into the natural approach. Bring the one to the doctor, they will teach her. If she need to now learn one by one, like teaching a primary school, we get to do that to understand her safe period, to understand changes in her body that shows when she's ovulating, and then she can do that. Then the man will be spoken to that, look, if she tells that there's a problem, then you have to hold this power of wanting to do together. So if that understanding is there, I can assure you they can achieve the space as they want it to be. It's only when that first part of communication is having problem, then other problem will follow.
Communication.
There are apps to
We need to go?
track the state.
Yes, there's ovulation app.
Doctor.
Well, for them, I'm not using it. I can calculate my own. I have my formula to do my calculation.
I have this question I have to ask before we just go. Just a yes or no question. Is there a possibility that any of these family planning options can cause cancer?
Yes, there is, especially the injectables parts. No, the insertion, no. The injectables, because you talk of hormones, don't forget that cancer use different body fluids to cause cancer. So that's why treatment now, we're beginning to look at a hormonal treatment for cancer. So when a particular cancer use hormone systems route to deal with somebody, then you have to go back to use the same hormones to deal with it. So you're now giving somebody an hormones, you are loading the person with hormones, over time becomes a sort of response that the body can pick it up and then become a cancerous cell. Imagine during use of all these contraceptives, they tend to have what's called mastitis, pain in the breast. And this pain comes like as if they have a lump in the breast. You check the breast, there's no lump. But due to the drug they are using, they kept having pain in the breast. So that tells that an activity is ongoing in the breast at that moment. So that means such a person is predisposed to from cancer.
Okay, I think this is the time when we say Assalamu alaikum on this edition of Deen Uncoded. Don't be surprised, you're going to have more of Dr. Isa on the show. Okay? Yes, he's a friend of the house and he's ready for us, I guess.
Inshallah.
Barakallahu fikum. Why are we discussing this? Because our sisters are demanding for it. It's a popular demand. And then brothers also. Okay? And I have always been telling you I have 3 girls, so I must be very concerned about them. Abu Hanifa is my name, Qasim from Layo, Bugsy Mama.
Right, so I mean, this is where I invite you to drop your comments. Let us know what your thoughts are. What are your pain points that we haven't addressed? We'll happily address them when next we have Dr. Isa back. And alhamdulillah for where we stopped today, just drawing the curtains to open it
but
back.
One thing they can do for us to support this we are doing for the Ummah is to share this platform and then comment, subscribe.
Yes, so subscribe and comment. Most importantly, don't forget what he said today.
Please be nice when you comment, please.
They don't have to be nice. They can continue to call somebody a wicked soul.
Allah will ask you whatever you say. That's what important.
But on a more serious note, we're not gagging you. Say whatever you feel you want to say.
It's your choice. It's your phone.
So alhamdulillah, but one thing I want us to agree with today is he says something, everything you do, go back to Allah, go back to the Sunnah, and don't forget communication is very key. May Allah make it easy and reward us upon it. My name is JB on this show. I would say special thanks to Dr. Isa. We're inviting you again soon. A lot of issues to uncode.
Dr. Isa Abdulmujeeb is a female reproductive health specialist. He is the convener of our friend Health Foundation. He is the convener of our Friend Health Foundation, and he works at the moment with Ifako Ejaye General Hospital. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward him.